So we have Stephen DeBaise. He is actually the owner and operator of DeBaise Lawn Care. So thank you for sitting down and just tell us a little bit about your business and a little bit about what you own and what you operate.
So I own two businesses actually. I do DeBaise Lawn and Stephen DeBaise Photography. So my landscaping business, I go out, I just do the basic lawn mowing, do bed work for the mulching, I do edging, small tree removal, small stuff like that, nothing major, don't do any commercial, I'm all residential. Then for my photography, I mostly focus on sports. I love animal photography, nature photography, stuff like that. I do senior portraits, I do events for families, and then I do volunteer the greater majority of my time.
Okay. So what inspired you to start your business? What inspired you to kind of get going at such a young age?
I started landscaping my summer of 8th grade. I always wanted a job, I always wanted to make money. I hated when my parents spent money on me. Although being 13 years old, you can't get a job. I begged my parents.
Right.
My dad owned his own business. Begged him to hire me. He would just make stuff envelopes. I'm like, that was dumb. I wanted to do something bigger. So I started mowing lawns with a couple of my friends. They eventually dropped out. They didn't want to do it. But I picked up like 2 lawns with a push mower. And I continued doing that until I got a truck. I bought lawn signs, put them out through my town, and I got probably 15 lawns from that, and business exploded. I had to go out, buy a brand new mower, buy a bunch of equipment, a couple weed whackers, huge backpack blower. I have a 16-foot long trailer.
Okay.
And then photography. I picked up my first camera probably freshman year of high school, and so I clicked. A couple of my friends who went to the public high school in my town wanted me to come to their hockey games and shoot, and I'm like, wow, this is fun. Like, I want to improve. Unfortunately, the camera that I had did not work for low light, so I worked my way up. Bought my camera that cost $2,000, had a $1,500 lens,
Okay.
And now I can shoot hockey. It really helps me out with senior portraits. Just the low light capabilities of the camera really makes eyes pop.
Yeah.
And then just volunteering is a lot of fun. I think I do 3 charities that I volunteer the majority of my time to. The Connection, Joe Logano Foundation, Wallingford Coalition for a Better Community, and another one I don't remember the name, but I normally shoot a zombie biker chili cook-off every year.
That's awesome.
So it's like it's cool, definitely weird.
Yeah, definitely weird.
But it's fun.
So you do a lot of volunteer work, but I know that you also do a little bit of work on the side that benefits the business and makes money. So talk a little bit about your work at the Ronald McDonald House, and then just a little bit how it touched on Joe Logano, and then what you do, I would say, larger to impact your community and make your environment better.
All right. So Joe Logano Foundation comes to Connecticut once a year and does a golf tournament which raises money for Ronald McDonald House and the Connection. The Connection is a small not-for-profit in Connecticut which helps women and children who either suffer from mental disabilities or drug issues. So they pretty much take these women and children in and give them food, give them shelter, give them necessary tools to eventually move out and start their own lives again. So pretty much there's a bunch of rich people that come to the golf event and golf and just donate. I remember seeing an Instagram post that Joey Logano posted, and they raised over $2 million over the past 3 years, and they donated to numerous charities. The Connecticut event that he holds just goes to Connection Ronald McDonald.
Okay.
So when I go volunteer for that golf event, I am assigned to follow Joey around, photograph him, the people he interacts with.
So that kind of, you would say, improves your business a little bit more because it almost gives you a little bit more experience, it gives you more exposure.
Yep. So it definitely gives me a lot of connections. I've
Yeah.
picked up 2 or 3 jobs from that. I always have like business cards on me and
Right.
hand them out. They put me in their flyers. They put my phone number in there, so people can look me up. And then landscaping, I do a lot of free work for the elderly.
Okay.
One of my clients I've had since I opened up, this is like my 5th or 6th year mowing her lawn and plowing her driveway. She always loves talking to me. I always when I mow it, I'll stop, I'll come say hi, make sure she's okay, if she needs anything.
It's just little connections that really drive home to this. I mean, it's bigger than business. You know what I mean? So talk a little bit about. I know we have been talking about the connection between you and then the environment and the bigger sustainability aspect of it that fits Aim to Flourish. But what inspired you to really push forward? I mean, it's really easy to just kind of start your own business at a young age. Now you've been in business for 2+ years. What really makes you work every day? What makes you work for the next person beside you?
Definitely just like the great feeling that I own this. I built this from nothing, and this is what it is now. Like I have a truck, I have a trailer, I have hopefully another mower at the end of the month.
Right.
2 or 3 weed whackers. Like just seeing everything like on my trailer, it's like wow, I did this out of nothing. Like starting from like my aunt I guarantee my dad paid her to pay me to cut her lawn.
Just starting small.
Yeah, just starting from nothing and just being what I am today. It's just like wow, like even with photography, like starting off with some like camera from like 2000 and like working my way up to like top of the line cameras and top of the line lenses, just from like I still have that camera and still the lens that I have that I first started with, and now looking at my gear now, I'm like wow, like
it really is great.
Yeah, I worked so hard for it.
So we talk about in the project, we talk about having it be replicable, meaning that you can take your practice and what you're doing for the Ronald McDonald House and the women who may be abused, come from domestic violence, and then a little bit more about the dignity that you give people. And when you were talking, I know you were talking to me a little bit before the interview about when you mow people's lawns, it's a little bit more than just mowing their lawns. It goes a little bit more from distance. So is it replicable? In other words, can you take what you're doing in DeBaise Lawn Care and your photography business, and can you kind of teach another business how to replicate that exact thing that you're doing?
Yeah, definitely. The whole thing that I like to do is like just, you're not in the business to make money. I mean, obviously you are, but like
it's your lifeblood. But yeah,
you do it to like benefit other people, and then their benefit will benefit you. So yeah, I mean, when I pretty much like construction, my uncle owns construction. He doesn't do a lot of work for free, but I'll try to get him work, and then like I'm like, hey, like this old lady, she like doesn't have a lot of money. I'll come out and work for free as well. And then from that, like people see like, oh, he's doing free work. Let me hire him because he's doing something good.
Okay, awesome. So a little bit just more focused. So we talked about the UN sustainability goals before, and we kind of picked out 3 that we really thought were big. So we talked about life on land. We talked about no poverty, and then we talked about good health and well-being. I don't know if you want to touch a little bit on 3 of them just briefly. But
yeah. So the life on land, it definitely helps out because I give people like the dignity of like they have such a nice lawn.
Something to look forward to, right? Yeah.
Yep. So like I always cut in line, so I make their lawn look good.
Yeah. It does look good.
That's what I pride myself on, my lines. Like I love that. Always post on Instagram about my straight lines.
Which are hard to get.
Pretty hard to keep straight.
Yeah.
So they're always like, wow, you do such a nice job. Like, thank you. Like, I always like. There's one lady that would hire me. It was kind of weird. She would have me cut her lawn once a month, and literally the grass would be like this tall. So that definitely like improved. Like her house was like when I first cut it. It was like wow, like this is a disaster. Like it definitely brought down some of the price values of the neighborhood. It was so long. There was like trash all over her lawn. I'm like whatever. Like she's clearly struggling with something. I picked all the trash up for free. I charged her nowhere near as what I should have charged her. And then good health and well-being. I mean,
that kind of plays into it.
Definitely plays into having like you need to have like the nice lawn. Like you don't have to have a perfect lawn, but
Right.
you have to maintain it. Like
Right.
you're gonna get like animals come into your house because
Right.
they're on grass. You're gonna have bugs.
I mean, it's similar to vanity. It's similar to taking care of your hygiene. You know what I mean? You know, when you don't cut the lawn, when you don't do some certain stuff. I mean, even taking pictures and stuff like that, people, it gives them a little bit more of that dignity and a smile on their face. Yeah. So a little bit on the last one, you said no poverty. So I don't know if you want to connect that to Ronald McDonald at all.
Yeah. So what Joey Logano does definitely helps out to the Ronald McDonald. And me playing a small factor into that,
Yeah.
volunteering my time, so they don't have to hire a professional photographer. Granted, like I am professional, but the cost, like I probably would charge like $500 for that whole event. Saving them $500 and pretty much donating $500 to get a connection around McDonald definitely saves a lot of people.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you, Stephen, for
Yeah.
taking time to sit down with us, and it's definitely something that benefits the community. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, it was great. I think McCarran wants me to do the same thing for him or something like that.